profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, team athletes, coaches, and team representatives, including singling out anyone by name, number, or position, are grounds for removal from the site of competition or other disciplinary action. Public intoxication, as well as the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and or tobacco products is strictly prohibited. Persons throwing objects and participating in other acts in conflict with good sportsmanship and fair play are subject to ejection. Thank you for your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. The referee is Matthew Breland. Assistant referees Richard Blackburn and Jason Cooney. Alternate official Amanda DiPiazzo. After player introductions of the starters, we will go straight into the game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the visitors from University of Dallas Crusaders. Number one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Paul McGinley Field, home of the Women's SCAC Soccer Championship here this weekend. This matchup is going to be between the University of Dallas Crusaders and the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. University of Dallas coming into this one 2-8-2 in conference play on the season. TLU 7-4-2. TLU the number 3 seed in this tournament, and Dallas the number 6 seed. We get underway here, and I'll be joined shortly by my co-commentator Josh. He's on his way over. But I'm Ryan Figert and excited to bring you this tournament action here. Of course, it's win or go home for either of these teams. We saw in the earlier matchup the golden goal drama as Schreiner defeated Centenary 1-0 in the second period of overtime. And of course, Centenary season now comes to an end. One of these teams will share that same fate with the Centenary ladies in just about 2 hours or so. In the earlier matchups, both fairly recently, so should give us a good indication of what to expect here. One goal in the two matchups. The game that was played at home for Dallas was drawn 0-0, and the game that was played in Seguin, Texas, finished 1-0 to the Bulldogs. So not much in it between these two teams, despite the big difference in seed, the number 3 against the number 6, as one of these two teams will advance to play against the Southwestern University Pirates in tomorrow's semifinal action. This will be a chance here for Dallas early on as a throw-in for them in the attacking half. It's going to be number 17, Gabby Gonzalez, to take on the far side. If Dallas was to advance here in this one, they'll have to do something they have yet to do all year, which is win away from home. This, of course, considered a neutral ground game, but certainly a trek for the Crusaders more so than the Bulldogs. And of their 3 wins overall, they've all come from the comforts of home. Looks like this is number 28, Monica O'Donnell, starting up front for the Crusaders. Ran out of room there, but the ladies wearing the blue strip today will remain in possession. A navy blue, characteristic of the University of Dallas. TLU, traditionally yellow and black, will be wearing their home strip of all white here today. Of course, because they are the higher seed, they come into this one as the technical home team. As an early foul here will go in favor of the Bulldogs. Burciaga conceding the free kick. And it was a real theme of the early game that these set pieces, or these free kicks around the halfway line, were turned into set pieces and just attempted to launch it into the box and create whatever's possible from it. And looks like that is going to continue here in this one, as number 7 for TLU, Smolik, the top goal scorer for either team with 9 on the season, had some space there on the far side. The junior forward leads her teams in goals this season. The goal scoring leader for Dallas, Lisa Duran, has 4 goals and 3 assists. She's a junior midfielder wearing the number 18 today. There she is, Duran, wearing number 18, winning the ball back for her team there. Leading the team in goals, doesn't appear to be playing too far forward, just the right midfield. It's going to come into her feet here. She looks to remain in possession against the captain for TLU, number 3, Aubrey Wells. She does well. Takes her past her once again, and it just runs out of play. Wells there bailed out by the sideline. It's 23, Flores, the other captain, both lining up on this left side. Flores, the senior forward from McAllen, Texas. Wearing the armband as a symbol of her experience in the SCAC here. That one's going to come off number 9, Reimer, and it'll be a throw in the attacking half for the Crusaders. Duran to take. It's number 2, Sydney Sterling, that looked to turn there in the midfield. It's going to eventually be won back, though, by a blue shirt. That one ran out before Smolik was able to do anything with it. Duran now with some space. If she wants to go inside, she's going to take it now. Cuts back. It's a good ball here out to her right midfielder, Maddie Rodriguez, who wins the first corner for either side here. 7 minutes gone. It'll be Duran to take. Looks like they may look to go short. Comes back to Duran. She's got some time to get this one in. It's a good delivery in the box. It's met by a Crusader, and it's well held, though, in the end by Stephanie Barrientos, starting in goal for Texas Lutheran. It's a good early sign, though, from the Crusaders, making something out of that set piece, at least getting a shot on frame, forcing a save. That one's going to be slipped through here for Texas Lutheran on the far side. Goalkeeper holds it well. Looks like that's Natalie Kutak, sophomore goalkeeper, getting the start here in this crucial matchup. As I'm joined here now by Josh. Josh, what are you looking forward to about this SCAC tournament matchup here?
Well, I'm looking forward to this one being a little bit more offensive in nature than the game one of the tournament. And two teams that we've got here in front of us should give us that. Pretty competent throughout the season, and looking forward to a couple of goals here, especially here in the first half.
Layleen going to have some time with it from the right back position. She drives it forward, and it's going to be intercepted by Aubrey Wells. Chance to spring the attack here, as it was Candelario tried to create herself some space, unable to do so there. Looks like an offsides call. The Dallas forward coming back from an offside position will gift Texas Lutheran the ball back. Tillieu goes short here, but it's going to be a chance for the counterattack as that pass is cut out. It's Duran now on that left side. She takes it past one defender, but it's well done by the back line of Texas Lutheran to prevent that mistake turning into something more. It's Maddie Rodriguez here applying the pressure, does well. And eventually it's going to run out, though, for a goal kick. Some good work, though, pressing a bit higher for the Crusaders. Looking to make life a bit uncomfortable for Texas Lutheran here. Goal kick will be fought for here right in front of us. Wells defending as the ball is chipped in behind. This is continuing to be a real entry point for Dallas as they look to go down that right side. They win another goal kick. Rodriguez looks dangerous here in the early goings.
Yeah, just a little unlucky there from Maddie Rodriguez. Who's started now half the season. This is her 7th start and 14 games played. And like you said, looking to just press a little bit forward. And just had that one go a little bit too hard off of her deflection.
That's well won by Sterling in the midfield. Certainly one of the taller players out there today for the Crusaders. I'll be relying on her to win those goal kicks like she did there. It's a bit of a tussle in the midfield. Sterling comes away with it, though. Bit of uncertainty there on the far side, and it's going to give TLU a chance to come forward with the ball. They look for their top goal scorer, Jacqueline Smolik, unable to pick her out that time.
Smolik coming off the Offensive Player of the Week for the SCAC, the final regular season week of the season. Has 9 goals on the season.
It's good defending there from Guzman. Going to concede a corner kick, but could have been much worse as that ball was slipped into the path of Candelario. Be TLU's first corner kick. See how they choose to attack this one. Looks like they've got a runner coming towards the near post. Service is met. Looked like it was Wells that headed over. Good service there, though, from Candelario, giving her team a chance.
A really nice service and got a good piece on the header. Just sent it well high over the bar. TLU still looking for the first shot on goal here early on. A couple of shots here lately, just can't get it on the frame.
Looks like Smolik has switched over to the far side, maybe looking for a different matchup. She hasn't seen much of the ball here early on. We saw Centenary's top goal scorer, Montez, shut out in the last one. Able to be held by the Shriner back line. We'll see if Smolik's able to make a greater impact for her team here. Dallas opts to go quickly here and just remain in possession along in their back line. McIntyre comes out to Lynn. It's a good driving run here from the right back. Lynn looking for options ahead of her now. She may have to go alone. She does have a shot towards goal, and it creeps into the bottom corner. And the freshman midfielder gives her team the lead here. She went on an excellent run, over 50 yards, just driving herself. And looked like she just ran out of options and decided she might as well have a go. The goalkeeper couldn't get down to the well-placed strike from the right back. Looked like it took a deflection, or a bounce, right in front of her, which gave her problems. And it'll be 1-0 here for the University of Dallas. It's a relief to see a goal here so early on in the game. It might open it up a bit more than we saw in the first round matchup.
Yeah, and a little bit of what we thought maybe early on. Two teams that have done fairly well offensively this season. And not to say that they've been bad defensively, just two good offensive units here. And a little surprised to see Dallas take the early lead, but we got an upset in game 1 where the 5th seed Shriner Mountaineers defeated the 4th seed Centenary Ladies, and maybe got an upset potential here as Dallas, the 6th seed, out in front early.
Yeah, really, in terms of the SCAC, it's really just about getting yourself into the tournament. Obviously, it helps to have that first round bye, but once you're in the tournament, you can catch fire, get that lightning in a bottle. Anything can happen. And we'll see if Dallas is able to capitalize and continue going at Texas Lutheran with the momentum they have right now, or if Texas Lutheran will be able to find a response here fairly quickly. It was nearly good hold-up play from O'Donnell up front. She was unable to pick out Rodriguez, who was running past her. Now it's a chance for TLU. The touch ran away from her, but they remain in possession. This one's found a teammate in space. Could fall for Smolik, but it was excellent defending from Layleen, who's continuing to have an excellent game. First getting herself on the score sheet, and that defending there might as well have been as good as a goal, as she prevented Smolik, the Bulldogs' goal-scoring leader on the season, from getting a strike away from about 6 yards. Kutak's punt's going to be met by O'Donnell here. It's good work. She's got help if she used it to her right. There's Rodriguez joining her strike partner a bit late on, and it was O'Donnell that ended up having the shot. A team effort in the end.
Team effort, but a good decision is two defenders crashing down on you. You don't really have a whole lot of options there. We saw with the first goal, you get a little bit of a lucky bounce and it could find its way in.
Candelario spreading the play here out on the right side. There's runners in the box for TLU. The service is going to be well held by Kutak. With a better cross there was runners in the box. Could have been danger for the Bulldogs. But the keeper was able to claim on that one.
Yeah, that one went so far in, it almost looked like it was a shot attempt.
O'Donnell will work to keep this one in, unable to do so. She concedes a throw in to Texas Lutheran. Wells into Candelario. Wells against Duran here results in a throw in for Texas Lutheran. Candelario's turn. She looks to put it into the path of a teammate. It's now Smolik who has the strike towards goal, and it's an excellent save from Kutak. As we see the Bulldogs leading scorer getting her first shot away in this match.
Yeah, and a very nice shot too. Looked like it might have been going a little bit wide to start, and then had a very nice late break on the bend, and draws the second corner of the day for TLU. It looks like Candelario will be far side to send this one in. Had a really nice service the last time. See if she can do it from the other side.
That one's going to come in low. Gets past the front line, but unable to find a teammate. Interesting that TLU decided to leave 3 players back there as Dallas left no one forward. Especially down 1 goal, you might as well, at least in my opinion, commit 1 or 2 more players forward if Dallas is going to choose not to leave anyone up. Dallas now, of course, with something to protect in that 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Dallas with the early goal, and a lot of times you see a team kind of sit back. Dallas, last 2 chances they've really had to go forward, they've taken them, and so still looking for more. Of course, still 70 minutes of action left to play.
In for the Bulldogs, number 5, Jessica Coronado.
Here in the SCAC quarterfinal.
It'll be Jessica Coronado, the senior from McAllen, Texas, checking in for TLU as she spells Mariela Candelario. Had some good stuff going forward, able to hold the ball up and bring some teammates into the action. She'll get a rest here, about 19 minutes gone. Another chance for Dallas to come forward now. Rodriguez looking to get on the end of this one. Duran is in support, as that's going to be a throw-in for the blue shirts here.
Texas Lutheran and Dallas both playing the men's side and the women's side here in the quarterfinals. The men's side, they played the 11 o'clock match, and it was TLU all over the Crusaders, 5-1. Jumped out early, 4-1 in the first half. Added another one there in the second, and they'll be moving on to the semifinal. And that one, kind of a big surprise there, as Dallas had looked pretty strong all year, but I think anybody who's watched TLU knows that they've got a very strong side on the men's squad, as they had a potential chance to take down a top 10 ranked Trinity Tigers earlier in the year before weather took that opportunity away from them.
Yeah, and they have the one, I can't quite remember his name right now, but goal scorer, you certainly would expect to see his name on the score sheet a couple times if they notched 5. That's a big surprise, and that's a warning sign to the Trinity men as they're going to face TLU now tomorrow, who's coming off that big win with all kinds of momentum, especially offensively. So that'll be one to watch. And the SCAC men's side.
And the Bulldogs certainly looking forward to getting a second crack, as the game that was rained out was attempted to be made up again, and it got rained out once more, and they decided not to play it. And so an opportunity to get another crack at a top-ranked team, as Smolik sends that one in, but it might have gone out, and it'll be good for a goal kick. On the women's side, these two teams looking for an opportunity to make their way into the semifinal and take on Southwestern. Southwestern claiming the 2 seed and the bye. That game will be tomorrow at 1:30 as well. So, do enjoy the conference tournament scheduling. 11 and 1:30 seem like great times to play games.
Yeah, certainly great weather. Not too hot, nice little breeze going at times. It's ideal for these two teams here. That one launched high in the air. O'Donnell will give chase. And Reimer drops it off to her center back partner to get it eventually clear. Rodriguez and Duran certainly look to be a dangerous force down this right-hand side for the Crusaders, both causing early problems. Duran, of course, the goal-scoring leader with 4 goals and 3 assists. Playing behind Rodriguez today. Duran now looks like a crafty player on the ball, all kinds of flicks and tricks in her locker. That one's going to be put out for an attacking throw-in for Dallas.
Nice ball play there by Duran. Unfortunately, Rodriguez not able to catch up to it, but they'll get the throw.
That one goes into the feet of O'Donnell. Rodriguez will drive that in and goes over the goal for a goal kick. She attempted to catch that one on the volley. It's certainly a difficult skill. And we saw the end result there.
Of course, these two teams met on Sunday, with Texas Lutheran taking the 1-0 win.
The goal scorer, Lynn, will take that throw, finds a teammate. This is Becca Gonzalez turning out of pressure there, and no real movement ahead of her. She's forced to go back to her back line. Could be in trouble here, as it's good composure from the Dallas back line there under pressure, but able to play out of it. Duran looks for a way past Wells here. It's been a good matchup in the early goings. Another good run from the right back Lynn. First one led to a goal. This miss hit clearance will fall at the feet of O'Donnell. He's got support in terms of Sterling to her right. She'll use the help out on the left side. The cross can come in. It'll eventually end up in a corner kick, and Dallas continues the good offensive start here. 20 minutes or so left to go in this one.
And a nice job of defending there from TLU. Really all they could do after Dallas kind of had the step on them. Well, that was Probasca that sent it out for the corner. And the second corner for the Crusaders, they'll play it short.
It's going to be the goal scorer Lynn that takes it past the defender, and she's going to win a foul. She was caught after the play had gone, and perhaps an even better set piece opportunity than the corner would have offered from around the corner of the 18-yard box.
Brittany Cesares and Hannah Santos be checking in at the next opportunity for the Bulldogs.
Not a whole lot of height for the Crusaders, just Sterling and O'Donnell, but they'll be the two targets for this one, unless they opt to go for a shot direct from free kick. Let's go under the wall, and that one's going to be taken with ease by Barrientos. Look at it. It might have been misplayed there, but McIntyre stops the attack before it could become dangerous. The ball looks for Duran, excuse me. Now it'll be Rodriguez that does come out in favor of Sarah Gamble, senior out of Allen, Texas. Listed as a defender. She's going to go up front here. Here's again another driving run from the right back for Dallas. She takes it inside. She's going to have it go on the left foot this time. It could pick out a teammate as O'Donnell was in the area. And Texas Lutheran has no answers for number 34, Leylene, driving from her right back position.
Yeah, and Lean passed to O'Donnell there. That would have been a spectacular play. Just missing the foot of O'Donnell. Had O'Donnell been able to settle that one, she would have had a clear look at the goal.
Be a throw on the far side for the Crusaders as O'Donnell turns her defender, able to keep it in play and forcing Barrientos to come and claim it as Dallas retreats to meet this punt. Duran there, double teamed. There'll be a chance for TLU to go forward now with the two substitutes combining as that one's launched in the direction of Sulaika, we'll go with, native of San Antonio. That one's flicked on by Gamble. O'Donnell continues to battle for the ball. Both teams really fighting for every loose ball here. You can see what it means to both of them. Of course, their season is on the line. The loser here will have 8 months to think about it before SCAC play resumes in 2019. Gamble with another neat touch, finds a teammate. So O'Donnell's very high up the field in relation to the ball. TLU just allowing her to press their line back deep into their own half. As they looks like Dallas wants Gamble to kind of play off of her and receive those balls flicked on by the center forward. This will be O'Donnell to apply the pressure. Sarah Frank spreads it out wide, too wide for anyone wearing white. Be a throw-in for Dallas.
And that looks to be one of the bigger differences so far here in the first half. Dallas looks very deliberate and composed with their passing attack, typically finding a teammate a couple of times before Texas Lutheran is able to disrupt and regain control, whereas Texas Lutheran seems to be just trying to push forward and see what will happen.
That one looked like just a clearance, but is able to find the feet of Gamble. And it's really all coming from the fact that Texas Lutheran's allowing O'Donnell to just camp out 30, 40 yards ahead of the play. The two center backs playing very deep. And it's just leaving so much space for that second striker, Gamble, to get on the end of it. It's going to be a chance now for TLU, though. And some good pace from the forward on the far side. She's going to get the shot away. Goes wide right of the frame, but a warning sign there for Dallas.
Yeah, and Hannah Santos just checking into the game, maybe using a little bit of that extra energy, getting a step there, and that shot just off to the right.
This one's put, again, towards Gamble. Another good flick on. So the two forwards continue to combine excellently since the introduction of the number 9.
So that ball goes out of play and up onto the wall, and I guess we're looking for another ball. And
not sure where
should have
the
one.
ball crew
Had
is.
one that was already out over there off the shot, so they're bringing that one back in. I'll have to find somebody to go up onto the wall and retrieve the other one. We should have another one on the right-hand side available as well at some point. So now that that's sorted, Santos for TLU. Once again, the back line for Dallas able to take care of business and regain control. Nice job by Duran, but she'll lose it momentarily and give a throw. So Aubrey Wells back in defense.
Gamble continues to really pop up all over the attacking half for the Crusaders. She's out wide now on the right as Sterling receives this throw-in. And the goal scorer, Lean, will take this throw-in here on the near side. Both forwards looking to receive it, and it comes into O'Donnell.
And they're going to give that a goal kick. The Dallas bench thought that was going to go for a corner. Instead, we'll get substitutions for Texas Lutheran coming in. Will be Madison Alexander. She goes in for April Saleka. And for Dallas, it'll be Cassandra Eason. And also, she'll go in for number 19, Mariana Borsiaga. Last 12 minutes here of the first half. See if Texas Lutheran will continue pushing forward. Trailing by a goal.
Good work there on the far side. The ball's going to come in towards Santos, redirects it towards goal. Kutak looked in control there as the shot came in pretty much right at her. But it's another good attack there down the right side for TLU.
And once again, it was Santos for the Bulldogs. And she squared that one up nicely, put it right on goal, and Kutak was just right in the right place at the right time.
Here's Duran with the ability to drive forward. Again,
Crosses
shows
over.
some skill there and draws a foul against Wells. That's been a fun matchup to watch so far, as Duran's shown some skill in the early going to the midfielder from California. It's a good service into the box. Finds the head of O'Donnell, but the flick has too much on it for anyone to meet it. And TLU will make another substitution, bringing in Samantha Martinez, freshman forward. And there's some tactical shuffling that's going to go down here as the forward came in for the defender.
Sarah Frank leaves the field. Now under 10 here in the first half.
Saw a really bright start from Dallas, and they were able to capitalize on their early momentum with the goal from Leanne. But since, it's been mostly TLU going down, especially on the far side, causing problems for Dallas. See if they're able to make that count before halftime.
4 shots on goal for each team.
It's good work on the far side once again. Just onto the field was Martinez. Dallas unable to completely clear yet, and that's a really good challenge on the far side from Cosgrove. Service is finally going to come in towards Martinez. Kutak's able to grab it. Punt coming right over towards us here. It's going to run out of play. Wells needs to get it restarted right away. There's 2 balls on the field.
In for Dallas, number 20, Andrea Soto.
So with the substitution from Dallas, it'll be O'Donnell who gets a quick rest here. She was definitely pivotal in the Crusader attack, really staying high. We'll see if that same strategy persists with Andrea Soto, excuse me. Will now go in as the high forward. Yeah, we hear from our left, the Dallas bench, instructions to Soto just to stay higher, and they just want to continue that tactical point that they had going with O'Donnell, the high forward and the second forward in the hole underneath. It's going to be a chance here maybe for TLU down the right side once again. Kutak's able to catch Ello. It may have gone out for a goal kick. Yeah, it looks like it did. So we hear the emergency siren testing go off. It's a bit distracting.
Means we must be at around 2:30 here on a Friday afternoon.
System seems to be working just fine. And it's going to be TLU now down the right side. The chance to get the ball into the box. It's going to be a shot towards frame, and it's another good save. Kutak continues her good start, as that's the 5th shot on frame from TLU, and none of them have found the back of the net.
Yeah, it looks like the roster that we've been reading off might have been incorrect. I believe that's Severson in goal. So apologies for all of that. But Severson, nonetheless, Dallas doing a very good job defensively as TOU will roll in off of the bleachers to send that one in. Nice service. Unable to do anything with it.
It's going to be a drive, though, and it finds the roof of the net. Looks like it could have caused Severson some problems. It was 13 Probasco with the shot there.
It was a very nice shot. Landed on the top of the net. I'll tell you how close that one was, too. Maybe just crawling in underneath the top of the crossbar.
It's interesting, number 19, Martinez was just on the field for maybe like 5 minutes, and she's come to take a seat in favor of number 17, Valero. So maybe just trying to get his attackers in quick shifts, keep people fresh. Some time in the midfield now for TLU to try to pick a pass.
Handball not called.
It was Reimer there who perhaps illegally got that one under control. And eventually it runs through to Severson.
Yeah, you do make an interesting note there about the attacking forwards for the Bulldogs, as Smolik has been on the bench now for probably the last 15, 20 minutes. And leave your top goal scorer off the pitch for that long. It's a little surprising, but it's only the second time that I've seen TLU this season. They played Trinity once this year, and they had some interesting decisions in that match as well, but they seemed to work out for the majority of the game until I think fatigue set in.
That clearance not convincing, and it's going to allow TLU to try to spray this one out to the right side. The pace looks like number 26, Cervantes, has caused problems, native of San Antonio, over on the far side.
In for the Bulldogs, number 26, Serena Cervantes.
So coming off is going to be number 16, Madison Alexander. She went on moments ago, so I think you might be onto something with just trying to keep everybody fresh and seeing what they can do with the offensive attack.
The NCAA rules allowing you just to roll on, roll off. It's certainly a strategy that some coaches may opt for, just getting everyone in and out of the game, keeping people fresh, like we said. That one flew out into the stands, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs.
I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, particularly those from Dallas, as the SCAC Championship originally scheduled for Austin College, and then with all of the rains and field conditions, looking for an alternative site as that one's in the box. Finally cleared out a little bit for Dallas. TLU still under control. Wells sends it in. Deflected out by the Crusaders. Originally scheduled for Austin College, and field conditions just after all of the rain. We had all of that rain here in the early months of September and the early part of October, and then North Texas has been hit hard within the last couple of weeks. So happy to have clear skies here today and fantastic weather to play, and opportunity to bring the game to everybody who couldn't make it down, as it would have been a much shorter trip from the Crusaders' standpoint if they were only going up to Sherman. And on the flip side, Texas Lutheran with quite a few fans here in the crowd.
It's a chance here for Dallas as the ball was deflected in behind, and I'm really not sure how the offside flag's gone up there, as there was no intention to pass. And in my opinion, that's just poor judgment from the linesman. But it'll be a kick for TLU either way.
1 minute.
Unless they've changed the offsides rule, it's pretty clear in that there has to be an intent to pass to the player that is in the offside position, and that was just a deflection that ended up going in behind off of a Dallas player. It wouldn't quite fit that criteria.
.30 seconds now here in the first half. And unless we see a little bit of urgency from Texas Lutheran, which it looks like they may be getting started here.
It's a good ball driven in. It's repelled, though, with 15 seconds to go. See if they can get one more shot away.
10 seconds. 9, 8.
And it's good defending from the Crusaders to preserve their 1-0 lead. They gained through Laylene's third goal on the season. Could be her most important, as it has her team ahead here in this SCAC Women's Soccer Championship quarterfinal. We hope you join us for the second half action. Don't go anywhere.
And welcome back to San Antonio here for the SCAC 2018 Women's Soccer Championship. And it'll be Dallas to start us off, already up 1-0 here in the second half. And for Texas Lutheran, looking to draw even. Looked into the men's box score a little bit more. Dallas, within 3 minutes, had taken the 1-0 lead over the Bulldogs, and then TLU came back with 5 unanswered. And once again, apologies on the roster issue that we had earlier for Olivia Severson. She is back in goal where she started the game for the Crusaders, as we are a minute into the second half here in San Antonio.
Yeah, and really, the TLU ladies won't probably know much about how their men's game went, but the fact that Dallas went up 1-0 in that one's a very interesting factor as well, showing that comeback can certainly happen, especially scoring 5 unanswered. That's really a remarkable feat, especially against a Dallas team on the men's side that's been solid defensively all year. It's going to be a chance for TLU maybe to get this ball into the box. It's good defending, though, from Dallas. They'll have to do quite a bit of that if they're going to hold on to their lead here, you have to guess.
Just interesting for Dallas. It looks like they've got about 4 people that they're willing to commit offensively, and the rest just sort of
Great
staying
turn
at home.
here. If the shot can get away, looked like it was blocked. It was a really good turn from the TLU forward. Resulted in one of her teammates being able to have an effort towards goal. Like you said, they're remaining with that same idea of having the really high center forward. With the TLU strategy of leaving a sweeper, it really prevents any offsides calls against it. So it allows for the field to be really spread out when Dallas goes forward. And right now it looks like it's going to be Maddie Rodriguez playing in the hole underneath O'Donnell. We saw Sarah Gamble play very effectively in that role in the first half. Lei Lien, of course, the goal scorer, remains in the game at right back. She had a couple really good driving runs early on in the first half. Back heel from Burciaga. Wins her side, a throw-in.
Cosgrove to put it in.
Burciaga's ball not really in the direction of anyone there.
Yeah, Dallas had possession. Didn't really look to have an offensive game plan on that one, though. And now Texas Lutheran throwing it in from their half of the field. Smolik looked like just a little bit of a mishit on the kick, but still able to retain momentarily where the Bulldogs now trying to fight and get it back.
Smolik, of course, the Bulldogs' leading scorer, didn't play much in the first half. She got the start, but really only played about 15 minutes before she watched on from the sideline to see if she's able to make an impact here in the second half. Maybe they were just saving her energy for a second half comeback effort.
Yeah, 9 goals on the season, and then looking down the rest of the roster, it's Nims and Sierra with 4 apiece. And then Morris has 2, and then a couple scattered with a goal apiece. So really that is the main target for TLU. Do have a couple of other players that they have gone throughout 2018. But I think if you're looking for the comeback, it's going to have to go through Smolik. And we'll see what the next 40 minutes have for us. Kind of a slow first 5 minutes. TLU had an opportunity in the box early on. They've been able to take control of possession here in the second half, but unable to really send it in deep.
Yeah, it's been number 8 early on, Callista Good, who's got forward pretty effectively on multiple occasions down the right-hand side.
Good second on the team with 2 assists. trailing only Raquel Morris.
We saw TLU really favoring their right side in the first half as well. Looks like that trend may continue here in the second period.
Nice defensive play there by Lean.
Service into the box looks to be a good one. It's well taken off the thigh by number 23, Leslie Flores. Senior forward showed some good control there, but it was eventually gathered by Severson.
Yeah, it was a nice turn and shoot. Don't think she got all of it that she wanted to. And once again, Texas Lutheran fighting to go back towards the 18. They'll get the call, and they'll probably be about 22 yards out here on the free kick. Lined up just on the right side of the frame.
Number 9, Alyssa Reimer, drawing the foul there. Looked like the ball had just gotten away from her. Realized maybe the only thing she could get out of the situation was a free kick. And the referee obliged, and yeah, like you said, about 22, 23 yards from goal. It'll be number 2, Bailey Nimitz, with a really good look at goal here.
Few options here from this location.
Everything's looking very central, including the wall. Usually the goalkeeper wants to use the wall to defend one of the posts. Looks like, in this case, Severson's just going to put it down the middle. We'll see if Nimitz is able to take advantage here. Slow run up to the ball. She's going to have a drive, and it's just a chipped effort. Really no danger at any point there for Dallas. It's disappointing, really, when you get the free kicks and shooting range. You want to put it on frame. No real pressure on the ball, with the exception of the wall, obviously 10 yards away. There's really no excuses to not get those, at least in the mind of Severson. TLU continues to be on the front foot, though, in the second half. Pursuing that equalizer. It's going to be down there, left-hand side, look to get the cross away. Initially repelled, it's going to be repelled once again. Could fall again for Nimitz here. It looks like the onslaught will continue offensively.
As that hop almost caught Severson deep in surprise there. He was able to reach back and grab it. Almost at the pinnacle of her jump.
Nimitz there launches it back forward. Could fall for a teammate here. She can get the shot away, and it's an excellent block from number 24, McIntyre. It was number 23 for Texas Lutheran, Flores, who continues her lively start to the second half. Had a good look at goal there on the volley.
Fourth corner now for TLU.
It's going to be Nimitz to take, leaving 2 players back.
That's 2 goals taken away there by the back line for the Crusaders. Had one earlier by Lean, and that one by McIntyre.
Looks like a good service into the box. It's met at the near post by a Crusader head, but eventually it goes out off of a blue shirt, and it'll be another opportunity for Nimitz to take from the opposite side.
Nice little 75-yard run there just to the other side to send this one in again.
Looks like Texas Lutheran lining everyone up here at the back post. We'll see what they've brought from the training ground here. As the runs are slowly made in succession, it's a really good ball driven in and has found the back of the net. It was an excellent service from Nimitz, and looked like Severson was caught in 2 minds as to whether she should come claim it. Not sure if it got a touch on the way through or not.
Yeah, and that one was deflected, I believe, by the keeper. We'll get a look at it here in just a moment. That may have been a goal off the service.
Looked like it was. It's going to be given as a goal, I think, to Nimitz with the Olympico from the corner. It came off of both the keeper and the University of Dallas defender, but looks like it was headed in anyway with the bend that she had put on the ball. It's an excellent moment of brilliance there from the junior midfielder. And she has her team back in this with 35 to go. It's been a good first 10 minutes of the second half, not just because they got the goal, but they've really been piling on the offensive pressure, have the Bulldogs, and we'll see if they can continue that momentum,
Also, we'll see if we've got the goal cam version of that one, maybe cue it up for the next big break that we have, and just see how that one looks, because very rare that you see the Olympico in.
It just looked like it was a really good service end as well. Hit with pace, made the goalkeeper have to make a decision whether she was going to come for it or not, and she decided to, but really just couldn't get enough on it to put it away from the goal. I think that's just a byproduct of the pace that the service had behind it. O'Donnell there wins her side, a throw-in. Dallas needs to rediscover the attacking pros they had in the first half, particularly in the first 20 or so minutes when their system really paid dividends with a high striker and allowing runners to come off of it. Since then, we haven't seen as much of the same strategy. We really haven't seen at all Layleen making those driving runs from right back either.
Yeah, it looked like Dallas had been pretty content to settle in and try to play defense in the second half, and now they're pushing forward as Duran. Nice little move there. And takes a chip, and then it'll go far wide.
Again, good footwork there from Duran, beating the defender twice in a row. Shot was inconsequential, but she's shown some flashes of good footwork.
Really a lot of energy coming from the Texas Lutheran bench after drawing equal. See how much of that momentum they can carry forward here in the final 30.
It's Reimer who's going to win a corner off of the number 2, Sterling. Last time they had one of these, it found its way into the back of the net. We'll see what Nimitz can do with the service here. If I'm TLU, just more of the same. Put it into that danger area. Tess Severson again. She couldn't do anything with the last one. And if you just put pressure on her, she may not be able to do anything here as well. It looks like they're going to do that. Put pressure on the goalkeeper. This time, though, she's up to the task. Severson punches away. Nimitz is going to have a second opportunity at this one. Again, driven right in to that danger area. Severson once again equal to it. Nimitz certainly wanting to try basically the same thing again. And why wouldn't you after the last one was so successful? Reimer there applying the pressure against Dallas's goal scorer, Layleen. Certainly, in my opinion, been their best player so far, really composed in possession as well as grabbing their only goal. As O'Donnell's pass has too much behind it and runs out for a throw in here on this near side.
Talked about in the first half, Dallas looked like they were very calm and composed with their passing. Now they're just sort of feeling a little bit rushed and turning it over quite a bit. See if they can find a comfort zone once again, because they, with the game being tied, they're not in any danger at this point. They can find their way to control possession and push back down the field. Is nice run here from Layleen. Just not able to get it through for, I believe that was Rodriguez.
Once again, Layleen just looks so comfortable on the ball. She just glides forward. You'd really like to see more of that if you're a Dallas fan, as she was a few inches away from getting that ball through to Rodriguez and on goal. Really all 3 or 4 times that she's made that kind of driving run from the back line, it's paid dividends.
as O'Donnell's able to draw the throw, going 1v2 down there. But that effort will go for a goal kick for Barrientos.
TLU now up to 9 shots on goal as opposed to Dallas's 4. Scoreline remains even, but certainly the Bulldogs in the ascendancy in the second half. Here's another chance for Flores here. It's going to come out on this right-hand side to Sierra. If she can keep it in play, looks like she does well to do so. The service is going to come in towards Flores. It's a good header down from Good. And it was Candelario who's dispossessed. And she continues to fight in there against 2 Dallas players. Texas Lutheran retaining possession well here, as it's going to come into the feet of Reimer. Texas Lutheran coach Larry Schaffer just pleading with his players to go towards the goal. When they get an opportunity like it looked like they may have there.
Donald just playing that one back into space. Looking for Rodriguez.
It is one of the dangers of the formation that they're playing, leaving O'Donnell so high, is that sometimes she becomes isolated when the team isn't able to get up and attack with her. And despite how it worked so well in the first half, it looks like that is what's happening here in the second half. O'Donnell has just picked it up a few times. There's really no help, forced to launch it into space, and it's just a turnover waiting to happen.
Sense of urgency coming from the Dallas bench. We've got 30 minutes to continue their season here. They want to do it before overtime. First game of the day did go to overtime as Schreiner, the 5th seed, upset Centenary, came in as the 4 seed. Game was 0-0 into double overtime, and a little bit over a minute into the second extra frame, Schreiner found the back of the net. So they'll advance on to play Trinity tomorrow at 11 a.m. And these two teams looking for the goal that sends them into the 1:30 match with Southwestern. As Santos will come in for Smolik. So Smolik played about half of the 18 minutes of the first half here, or the second half, excuse me. So they pulled her a little bit earlier than they did in the first half. Maybe they have a plan to bring her back late if need be. She scored the game winner a week ago with 4 seconds left as they defeated Austin College by a score of 2-1.
She's no stranger to a late winner then. Like you said, maybe coming back in, try and find one later on.
Nine 9-4 advantage for the Bulldogs on shots on goal. 16-5 advantage overall on just shots.
That's excellent work there from Carrie Guzman in the back. Her pass eventually cut out, but she was able to dribble past 3 TLU defenders. It's going to be Candelario with space. The pass also cut out. Game's getting a bit disjointed now as both teams really trading errant passes.
other SCAC action happening right now up in Georgetown. Southwestern men's soccer with a 1-0 advantage. About 25 minutes left in that match as well over Austin College. And women's volleyball tournament beginning here shortly as Dallas will take on Centenary at 3:30 in the first quarterfinal of the volleyball championship. A fantastic day, fantastic weekend of SCAC action. As on Sunday we will crown 3 schools as champions, find 3 schools advancing to the NCAA postseasons with the automatic bids. And it sends it in. And punched out early once again, and then a secondary chance crossed in and wide. I don't think Severson's going to allow the short corner once again from Nimitz. She has been playing that near post very well since allowing the goal.
Yeah, it looked like the goal probably just caught her off guard, not expecting that to be driven so hard right into the danger area. Now she's alert to the danger and doesn't seem to be as much of a threat. O'Donnell here in pursuit. And it's going to be brought back for a foul against her. It's a good opportunity here for Dallas to get this one into the box, get some of the height forward.
This will be the first real chances. He's going to send it back a little bit further. First real chance for the Crusaders here in the second half. Headed on and cornered as that one is off. Number 9, Reimer.
Yeah, the service in initially found the head of Sterling, and it was Reimer who kind of unnecessarily put it out for a corner. It looked like she could have shielded that one out, but with the pressure on, she decided to take no chances.
So we draw near the halfway mark of the second half.
It's a great delivery in, and it's met with a thunderous volley from number 2, Sterling. And she has her team up in front here, 2-1. Sydney Sterling with the goal off the corner kick. And the upset is back on here in San Antonio. So we get a good look at that goal. Perfectly placed, no chance for the goalkeeper, Barrientos.
Yeah, it was pretty well defended by Texas Lutheran. There was only really one gap where the ball could have found its way in, and Sterling hit it perfectly.
Not sure who put that cross in, but it was an excellent delivery. See if we can get the assist for you momentarily. As that corner, perhaps unnecessarily conceded by Reimer, comes back to haunt the TLU Bulldogs. But there's another chance here for Reimer to make amends. Excuse me, that's number 10. Suleika. The assist on the goal is Becca Gonzalez. She was the one that took the corner kick.
The TLU not waiting around. They tried to draw level here within 30 seconds. And that one sent out by Severson. So once again, Texas Lutheran with the corner from the far side. The Nims drawing it once again. Sending it in. That one's going to be out wider. Goes far post and almost on the tail end of that one. Couldn't quite see. Looks like maybe number 4. And that one just coming up empty for Texas Lutheran.
Both teams looking a threat there from corners. Of course, traded the 2 goals. That one, another one that looked threatening for the Bulldogs. Both teams need to be aware of that, tighten up their defense, but also just try not to give away corners. And there's just a really poor throw in there from number 13, Bella Pobrasco. as the back foot came up and it'll go the other way. O'Donnell continues her tireless running up front. She's played very well here for the Crusaders. That's going to be a for sure foul against Duran.
Yeah, it looked like her deflection could have been called for a handball, but let it play on and then draw for the foul. As Dallas with only 5 shots on goal, converting twice, and TLU with 10, converting once, so 9 saves for Severson.
And really, unless I'm forgetting something, Severson hasn't had much to do. I feel like the shots have really come right at her or been pretty soft efforts. So the stats there, 10 shots on goal, a bit deceiving in terms of real quality of chances for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Reimer in pursuit of this through ball down the right-hand side. She's going to win her side, a corner kick. And based off the last 5 or 10 minutes, that's going to be a really dangerous opportunity as Nimitz comes forward to take it.
Yeah, and Dallas also has 2, I don't even think they were counted as official blocks for shots on goal, but 2 plays in which their defensive back line came up huge and taking away a goal. 2 plays where it would have been one-on-one with Severson. That one driven low to the top of the box and sent out. Wells to cover.
Yeah, Duran does really well there to clear that one and then take away the angle for any pass that could restart the attack right away. It's McIntyre that did well to remain in possession there. It's a great touch again from Duran. Her pass, unable to pick out a teammate. She battles back to win it. Here Sterling currently in possession of the winning goal with 18 minutes to go.
And that goal 4 minutes ago, her first of the season.
Both goals for the University of Dallas coming up from defenders. Layleen in the first half, and then Sterling in the second half. This ball into the feet of one of their forwards, going to have it go. That was number 12, Mason Cosgrove, saved by Barrientos. 6th shot on frame for the Crusaders. Duran, another good touch. Looks very aggressive in her way that she drives forward, able to take on players. Very purposeful. Could be trouble here, and it's come off the back post. Fell for
it was Cosgrove again, and almost had the 2-goal advantage there, as that one just missing off the post.
Not sure if she was lining it up for a shot initially or if it was a cross, but either way, it became a shot as it came off the post. We'll get a replay of this one. Goalkeeper really had no chance there if that comes off the inside of the post. As it was a good effort from Cosgrove. TLU looking to respond here. It'll be good in pursuit. Sterling does well, though, just to put it out for a throw and allow TLU to get these substitutes in. It's going to be Coronado, Smolik, and 21, Candelario. So Smolik back on the field. We mentioned had the very late goal in their last time out to win. If they're going to have a winner here, they're going to have to find the equalizer first, as they find themselves 2-1 in the hole with 16 and change to play.
Yeah, and I think for Texas Lutheran, it's a lot of what they started here the second half. If they can just find possession, keep their passes short, maintain possession, and drive themselves down the field. They were very successful first 10 minutes of the second half in doing so. And maybe with a little bit of extra break there for the attacking forwards, they can come back and do it. But it's O'Donnell here for Dallas inside the 18, crossing into the middle.
She had 3 players there to her right in the box, unable to pick out any of them. Looks like it may stay in for Dallas. It's going to be Layleen, the goal scorer in the first half, who looks to get the service in. It's flicked up towards O'Donnell here. It's bounced over the Texas Lutheran keeper, but Barrientos was able to make amends and come claim it at the second time of asking. Danger, though, on the counterattack from the Crusaders, as they're content to sit in, soak up a bit of the pressure, and then go the other way at a moment's notice.
As both teams looking to sub here on the next ball out.
This is a Dallas team, remember, that hasn't won a game away from home all season. This one's, of course, considered a neutral game, but far from the comforts of Dallas for the Crusaders, and they've done extremely well here today. Regardless of the result, they've really done themselves proud. Come out, played good soccer, found a couple of excellent goals, defended well thus far. See if they can continue that with 15 minutes to play and hold on to this upset win.
So 223s coming in, Anissa Mesa for the Crusaders, as well as Leslie Flores for the Bulldogs. Yeah, and Dallas, impressive here today to this point. They come in as the 6th seed. They had finished 7th overall in the standings. Johnson and Wales, new to the conference, unable to qualify for postseason activity, whether it be NCAA or even here in the SCAC, as they are in their probationary period serving their first year of Division III athletics. So Dallas, even though they finished as a 7th seed, getting the opportunity to come in as a 6th seed and taking full advantage here to this point. Under 15 to go with the lead on TLU, a team that they lost to just 5 days ago by a score of 1-0. And they do come in with a record of 3-10-3. Bulldogs entered this match with a record of 8-5-3. So it's not necessarily what you do throughout the entirety of the year. It's what you do when given the opportunity, and you get down into the elimination games. It's not always fair, but it's the team that rises when it matters the most. As it looks like Texas Lutheran trying to fall back into that same scenario in which they started the second half. I think Dallas just a little bit more collective on the defensive end than they were as we started the second period.
For me, really, I think it's been Elisa Duran and Maddie Rodriguez who have really been the catalyst in the midfield for Dallas. They haven't really done much in terms of the 2 goals. Of course, the one, the corner kick, and the one, the solo effort from Laylee in. But in the run of play, they've just been absolutely dominant, remaining in possession, allowing some pressure to be relieved off their defense, and supporting the forward in O'Donnell, as we see here. See what they can do with this one as O'Donnell acquires possession. A step over to go past the defender. And this one's going to be spread out to Cosgrove, who just had the effort come off the post. It's a good service, and it's come in towards the number 15. Just mentioned her. It was Maddie Rodriguez, and an excellent save from Barrientos to keep TLU in this one. And really looks like Dallas's counterattacks are the most threatening thing for either team right now.
And a fantastic build-up and run there for Dallas. It didn't really look like it was going to be much, but you see here the very tail end of it. Barrientos, all she could do, just throw the arms up and deflect that one out. And you mentioned it, stat sheet-wise, Rodriguez and Duran not on there very much, but they have controlled the pace of play for Dallas.
This is going to be a low service here on the corner. It's flicked past one, and it hit off Sterling, the goal scorer, and it's gone for a goal kick. Rodriguez, as we just mentioned that, and she had that effort on target, comes out for number 9, Sarah Gamble, who also played very well in the first half in that role underneath O'Donnell. And with 11 minutes to play, they'll just be relying on the 2 forwards to try and keep possession. Perhaps tack on the third, but it's not the priority. It's going to be O'Donnell now, far from goal. She'll have the effort, and that won't trouble Barrientos at all.
Yeah, energy from the 2 benches. You can probably hear Dallas through our speakers. And on the Texas Lutheran side, just maybe a little bit of anticipation. I'm sure they'll get excited with this run here.
Here's Reimer. She's got a chance that she's going to have the effort, but it's going to go right to the goalkeeper. That was a great run from Laylian to put the pressure on and really put off the forward as the effort came in. Without that run, I think she has a lot more time to line that one up.
I was a bit surprised there on Reimer. She gave up after the shot a little bit instead of making sure that that one was caught cleanly. That one was bobbled a little bit. She might have had a chance to play it as that ball hit the ground for a second or two.
Some more good footwork from Duran to go past her defender. She's just going to continue driving forward, and excellent work from her to win the foul. She's been very impressive, like we mentioned, in the midfield for the Crusaders.
10 minutes approaching now. Probably the longest 10 minutes of Dallas's season.
It's going to be sent in the direction of Sterling, headed down in the direction of O'Donnell, as the two tallest players for the Crusaders look to combine in the box there. Instead, they'll have to retreat and make sure there's no threat of a counterattack. It's a great flick, and it's an opportunity again for Reimer. If she can get into this, she's in behind. But it's just another good defensive play from Guzman. The number 10 for Dallas continues her solid match so far.
Yeah, two excellent runs from Reimer on the last two offensive possessions, but Dallas doing very well on the back line.
Here's Smolik, yeah, really been a peripheral figure in this match despite her record on the season of 9 goals. As that shot goes harmlessly wide.
That was very hopeful there from Flores. She may have saw an opening for a moment and just hit that one pretty badly. She knew it immediately too.
That's a poor goal kick here, and it's going to give Flores another opportunity at it. She has teammates up with her. Takes it past one onto her favored right foot. But well defended, and Duran's able to get it forward in the direction of O'Donnell. Wells, though, puts it out of play. Dallas won't mind as they get to catch their breath here and remain in possession.
TLU hoping to get Probasco back into the contest if they can get a throw. For now, Reimer to the middle of the field. Cut back in on the box and taken down, and the penalty called.
And it was Sterling who scored at the other end to put her team ahead, who was just beaten by the pace of Reimer and forced to bring her down. Looked like if she didn't, it was going to be a clean shot on goal, and opted to concede the penalty rather than pretty much concede the goal. And she'll at least give her keeper here, Olivia Severson, a chance to preserve the lead with 8 minutes to go. It's going to be the goal scorer for TLU, Nimitz, to look to get on the score sheet for the second time. This is certainly a big penalty in the season of both of these teams.
5 goals on the year.
Nimitz steps up and looks like she's done that before. Puts it to the goalkeeper's left, and we've got a tied game here, folks. 2-2 with 8 minutes to go as the season is on the line, and we'll see who can rise to the occasion in these final few minutes.
And in the celebration, Probasco enters in for Flores.
Looked like it was Sterling that just got a hold of the jersey of Reimer, who's driving forward with real purpose. We've seen her get a couple, and that time she was able to produce the penalty, courtesy of Sterling. Dallas has really been on the ascendancy. I'd say that was against the run of play for TLU to get back in the game. Dallas with a couple of recent chances to extend the lead. And now they'll have to continue that momentum and find the third if they want to come out of this one with a win. It's a shot from distance, and Barrientos will appreciate that one. She gets to add a save to her stat sheet.
We expected to see a few goals, and I think we've seen that here. 2 goals apiece so far. At some point, we'll see a third, whether it's in play or if it's just a accumulation from penalty kicks. the offense that we expected to see kind of showing up, but I've been surprised that most of the offense has come from what I would call basically defensive mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of set plays as well. 3 out of the 4 goals coming from restarts, 2 corners, and then the penalty just gone. So nothing really, especially for Texas Lutheran, in open play. They've taken advantage from restarts and gotten on the board twice here. Lalian's going to have an opportunity to drive forward once again after she won back the ball in her own half. She's going to have a drive from distance, looking to get her second of the day as Barrientos again with an easy catch. As TLU now has 12 shots on goal and Dallas has 9, really high numbers. And we've seen that on the score sheet, of course, 2-2. Smolik putting the defense under pressure here. And Duran unable to turn away that time from Candelario, forced to concede the foul. It's going to be Nimitz, who's now on a hat trick, despite playing in the back line for the entirety of this match, scoring off both the corner and the penalty. It's going to be O'Donnell now running in a race with number 10, Sulaisa. But 3-on-3 here. If Dallas goes quickly, they've got O'Donnell on the right-hand side. Support in the middle. The service is going to come in. It was in the direction of Lexi Toki, but it was claimed by Barrientos. Big coming together there in the midfield. It's going to result in TLU driving forward now through Reimer on this right-hand side. She's got the overlap coming. She chooses to use it. She instead cuts inside. And the physicality in the midfield's really been ramped up here in the last 5 or so minutes. We'll see if that continues, as fatigue will certainly set in, especially if we go into overtime. So Lisa put under pressure there by Cosgrove, able to win the ball back for her team. And Leanne finds the ball forward into O'Donnell. And Wells concedes the throw in there. It's really interesting, the setup for TLU defensively, having Nimitz as the sweeper. You don't really see that very often. It's more of a lost art, the sweeper, and they've brought it back here to good effect so far. Of course, her lining up the furthest from goal. She's ended up on the score sheet twice. But here's a chance here for Reimer, and the keeper's come for it, and she's held it well. Service an alert to the danger and bailed out her defense there as the ball from Nimitz went over the top of everybody.
It was an excellent service in. Might have just been victim to the fact that the field slopes downhill that way.
That one, a miscue, comes out for a throw-in on this near side. Under 4 minutes to go here, as it's really crunch time for either team. A goal here would pretty much seal the win. As the ball comes into Duran. She takes it down off the chest. It's going to be TLU going the other way almost immediately through Reimer.
Yeah, nice job by Coronado. Basically steal that pass.
It's going to be slipped through to the top goal scorer, Smolik. She was unable to get the shot away, though. Good defending again from 34, Leilien, who's had an excellent game, really locking up the top goal scorer for TLU as well as getting on the score sheet herself. It's a good flicked header from Gamble. As Cosgrove continues to apply the pressure.
Frank sending it all the way down inside the box. Tries to cross it in. It's deflected.
It's a big run from Frank. Almost the entirety of that half of the field. So it was similar to the runs we've seen from Leanne for Dallas. But now she's out of position, and Dallas will look to take advantage. It's going to perhaps come for O'Donnell here as it's cleared away by Sulaisa.
And subs for both teams. It'll be Maddie Rodriguez checking back in for Dallas. Santos in for Texas Lutheran with good as well. And Smolik will have a seat, as well as Coronado for the Bulldogs. And believe that was double checking who's on the pitch at the moment. Let's see what the official stats had to say on that last sub. We couldn't quite see it as they snuck off to the side here right in front of the Dallas bench.
Here's TLU looking for some late drama. It's going to come in off the throw-in. Falls for a white shirt. It's number 12, Sierra, at the top of the box. Uses Probasco. The shot was a speculative effort, and it goes well wide of the goal.
So Rodriguez in for Duran on that last substitution for Dallas. So 1 minute left here. If nothing else, Duran with a quick breather before overtime begins.
1 minute, 1 minute.
I'd say now we're probably officially into golden goal situation here. But Texas Lutheran did have an immediate answer after Sterling's goal with the opportunity. Severson coming up with a big save.
It's going to be a chance for Reimer there. The shot blocked by the Dallas defense. 30 seconds remain here for someone to make themselves the hero. Comes forward into Reimer. It's going to be good giving chase. Severson once again comes to claim, and 15 seconds left. Looks like we're going to be taking this one into overtime. So in both games here, the quarterfinals, the team's going to go through the ringer of overtime, and we hope that you'll join us for that golden goal period starting in about 5 minutes.
Looks like we lost our clock. See if we can get it back for you. 10 minutes in the first overtime if we are still scoreless. 2-minute break, and then another 10-minute period. If we're still scoreless, then a small break, and then kicks from the mark. The most undesirable outcome. I'd rather see somebody take control here in the next 20 minutes. Either way, it'll be jubilation for one team and heartbreak for the other. And the thrill and agony of postseason play. For Dallas, looks like the lineup that we've seen most of the afternoon. And see for Texas Lutheran, I believe that's Calendario to start. Texas Lutheran will play it and play it out. Bulldogs in all white, going from your right to left. Dallas in the all blue, left to right. And no changes in goal for either team, as it is Texas Lutheran now. Good sends it in, cleared out. Frank keeps it alive. Nips plays it forward. And the foul called. Salakia drawing the free kick for Nips. We'll see. Already seen quite a few great services in from Nips. See what she has right down the middle from about 45 yards out. That one still playing around top of the box area. Texas Lutheran with it. Shot blocked. And that was Sierra with the shot. Reimer. Now inside. Flores trying to get on the tail end of it. Can't. And that goes for a goal kick. So 2 minutes in, and so far all Texas Lutheran at this point. Becca Gonzalez. Send it deep. Off the bounce. It'll be Frank. Candelario working into the middle. Now it's Flores. Candelario now. Sierra back to Candelario. Top of the box. Looking to go to the right. Sends in a shot, and it's well wide. And they're going to give the goal kick. As that took another 30 seconds of possession there for Texas Lutheran. Have not really seen Dallas here in the second half, or excuse me, in the overtime period offensively. See if they can turn it around on this one. And it's Texas Lutheran once again taking claim to the 50-50s and holding strong. That one finally cleared over, but Nips holding the back line with Wells will send it forward once again. Reimer with the turn. She's got space to move. Cuts back in and still going. And Severson with a fantastic save as she comes forward and kicks it out. And I believe in doing so, she deflected that one off of Reimer. And that will get a great look at it here. She went forward, yes. Right back off of Reimer, so that draws the goal kick. And averts the corner situation as Nips He's already scored off of one corner. Dallas trying to do everything they can to keep her from having another opportunity. Flores here in the middle, looking for Candelario, unable to do so. Sterling, lead, as that one's deflected out for a Dallas throw. Line throws it in. Duran loses it momentarily. Now Sierra for Texas Lutheran. Far side, I believe that's Frank. 5 minutes approaching here in overtime 1. Tumble in the midfield, drawing comments from both sides. Referee says play on. Reimer tries to send it in. That one kicked out by Dallas. So throw coming for the Bulldogs. Far side over there was Coronado for TLU. Nips plays it in. Flores on the back end of it. Lets it play out for Coronado. That one's kept in. Giving chase. Far side, I believe that is McIntyre. Cosgrove sends it forward, looking to find Rodriguez. And Nims will try to clear. Duran's got an opportunity to get on the back end of it. Rolls over the top of her, and she's down. Mesa far side for the Crusaders. Looks to draw it in. Nips there to block it down and clear. Frank keeps it in. Played it forward to Coronado, who gives it back. Frank plays it down. Texas Lutheran 3 minutes into their offensive half here. Flores takes a turn and looks. Calendario. No substitutions for either team yet. Good. With Rodriguez. Calendario makes the turn. Sierra. It's going to be back to Calendario, who gives it a go. And high and wide to the right. Pretty hopeful from about 30 yards out. Substitution now for Texas Lutheran. Santos checking back in. Will go in for Flores. And Dallas will have one for Siaga, potentially on the next ball. Duran with the turn. Rodriguez to the right side, but tripped up. Now back to Sterling. Becca Gonzalez sends it forward. It's going to be Texas Lutheran on the other side of it. Advantage given. Reimer with the turn, has the step, comes back into the middle. Santos to her left and loses it out. Sierra lets it play for Calendario. Coronado tries to play it from the ground, can't do so, and it's Duran back into the middle. Plays it for Maddie Rodriguez. Good giving chase. Rodriguez sends it out And if she didn't touch it, it was off Duran. So good with nice defensive play there down the sideline. She'll throw in. Deflected. Line.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Duran with 1 minute left. Back into the middle of the box. O'Donnell's deflected. Gonzalez keeps it forward, but played back to Texas Lutheran. Frank sends it down. Reimer loses to McIntyre, who sends it out. And 30 seconds to go. Dallas will pull their sub back as we're under 30 seconds. Calendario looking to get on the tail end of that one, can't do so. The shot and foul given in 15 seconds. They will have to hurry if they want to get this one off.
10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6.
And the clock will be stopped with 4 seconds officially. And with only 4 seconds left, Dallas will send everybody back into the box to defend. And that'll allow Texas Lutheran to send everybody forward as well. Nimps, low line drive just off to the left, and we will head to double overtime. And a 2-minute break, and we will be back for potentially another 10 as Texas Lutheran and Dallas are tied here in the SCAC women's soccer quarterfinal at 2 apiece. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back as we begin double overtime. Get a good look at the game summary. Texas Lutheran with the advantage on shots overall, but Dallas, when they have taken them, they've been pretty good about putting them on target. And scoring rundown for Dallas. It was Leyline with the opener, her third of the season. And that took us to halftime, 1-0 Dallas. But an Olympico by Bailey Nimps drew even at 1. And then Sydney Sterling for the Crusaders, 2-1. But it was her foul in the box that allowed Nimps to equalize once again at 2-2 on the kick. And the penalty bringing us here to overtime in which we were scoreless through the first 10, and we are underway for the next 10, which would be the final 10. If we're still scoreless after this, we will go to kicks to see who advances in the SCAC tournament to face Southwestern. Corner given to Texas Lutheran. And Bailey Nibbs out to take it. Final on the men's side, Southwestern 2, Austin College 0. So that one is sent in. And Severson deflects it out. And then eventually Dallas able to clear. McIntyre pushed it forward. Wells trying to punch it back in. Quickly has Coronado on the far side. Can she get around her defender? McIntyre, she does, but she's able to draw another corner as she hits that one off Severson out of play. So the 12th corner of the game for Texas Lutheran. Only 4 for Dallas. Nip sends it down, far post. Missed everything. Good idea. There's nobody home for the Bulldogs. 2 minutes into the double overtime period. Line sends it down, and Nimps will clear it out for the Dallas throw. Giving chase was Berciaga. Played in, far corner. And throw given to Texas Lutheran. Your view is about as good as mine is looking at it live. Being blocked by the Dallas bench, which is all up on their feet. Texas Lutheran to my right. Still all seated. That one played in, and coming forward for it is Severson. Sierra, with nobody around her, has that one in. And foul given against the Bulldogs, and that was Madison Alexander trying to hold off the Crusader defender. I believe that was Cosgrove. A bit of indecision from Cosgrove. Eventually she sends it forward, and that is Duran getting on the tail end of it. Frank sends it back down for the Bulldogs, and then the foul given as Becca Gonzalez is still down on the turf, slow to her feet. And immediately she was looking to be in some pain. Don't know if he's motioned anybody on just yet. She looks to walk it off. Get a good look at it once more. Just caught in the turf, it looks like. She went down. Looks to be able to walk around a little bit, so that's a good first step. Alexander makes the turn, but without the ball. Retreats, gets it back, sends it back. Sarah Frank sends it deep. Played forward, but long and finally out. Dallas throw as we approach 5 minutes left here in play. Foul called on Alexander once again. Duran giving chase. Looks to have control. Sends it across. Can't find O'Donnell, and it'll be good for the Bulldogs. Coronado as good will chase down. Has options to play it back. She'll make the turn and look forward. Smartly done. Coronado had one-on-one. Now playing underneath. Back to Good, who sends it down. Reimer trying to get the turn. Able to do so. Flicks it forward, and nobody to give chase. Shot in from Dallas. That's Duran on the far side. Duran draws the throw. 3.5 to play. Line trying to play forward, but her only move is to her back line. And now it's Reimer for the Bulldogs. And with the step, she's got space coming forward, and fantastic defensive play. And that was McIntyre holding her ground with a fantastic tackle. As Flores checks in for Alexander for Texas Lutheran. She got a good look at it there. Fantastic individual effort. As Reimer look to be closing in on sending the Bulldogs to the semifinals. Third such play by a Crusader defender today, where it has taken away a one-on-one opportunity with Severson. Good down in the box, but nothing to be called, and be a throw for TLU as they get it in quickly. Wells on the back line. She'll throw it in quickly. Flores, who just checked in with a touch. Calendario to her left foot. Rolls it in easily for Severson. 2 minutes, under 2 now, 1:30 to play. Frank goes up high over O'Donnell. That'll draw the foul. Frank's the one that's down, and the clock will stop. And immediately the official calling for substitution, or for the training staff. She was down, but quickly back up after he called him in. He's already called him on, so they're going to have to at least, she's got to leave. She doesn't have to be substituted out, but she does need to leave the field. They will sub. So sending in Probasco.
Thelma Probasco enters for the Bulldogs.
And they will check out Sarah Frank. Minute 16 here in regulation, or excuse me, in play in double overtime. Settled, line, sends it over, and too much for Burciaga. She's able to chase it down just off screen, now to your left.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Middle of the box, cleared out by the Bulldogs. Reimer with a chance to make a turn. And nicely done from Guzman by the Crusaders. Good with the throw, finds Flores. Duran there now for Dallas. Has that one taken away, though. And last opportunity here for Texas Lutheran. And situation fizzles out.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go.
8, 7,
And
6,
officials not going to call it. We are headed to kicks.
2, 1.
And this game is officially a tie at 2-2. And we will see who advances to face Southwestern.
Live kicks from the mark or penalty kicks, if you will. Each team will get 5 chances.
As you get a good look at the game summary.
Still, it'll continue until the game is decided.
We'll be right back and get you information on who's going to be taking the shots and which side of the field and all of that here in just a moment. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, as the quarterfinal match between the University of Dallas and Texas Lutheran has gone to penalty kicks. And we will get a good look at the field. They will be kicking to the left as the crowd is starting to make their way down. All kicks will be taken into the same goal, and it looks like it will be Texas Lutheran kicking first as Severson heads towards the goal. As Dallas is sent on their first 5, and they've gone ahead and sent on their second 5 kickers, and then I think TLU will counter by doing the same. And then as they start to make their way, as I said, it'll be, I believe it is Texas Lutheran kick first. Severson's the one closest to the goal. And no, it'll be Dallas making their way. So Barrientos
For Dallas, number 34, May Leon.
will go in. This is number 34, Lalian. And off the left post and in, Lalian. And Dallas 1 for 1. You get a good look at the reverse angle. And for Texas Lutheran, number 7, Jacqueline Smolik. Leading goal scorer for Texas Lutheran on the season. And Severson denies Smolik. Texas Lutheran 0 for 1. Both teams will get 5. And if we are tied at 5, at the end of 5, we will continue on. That one chipped to the left. And nice job by Severson to get on the tail end of it.
For Dallas, number 12, Mason Cosgrove.
So Mason Cosgrove, number 12 for the Crusaders, up next. And it is 1 for 1 for Dallas, 0 for 1 for TLU. And the New Mexico native makes it 2 for 2 for the Crusaders.
2-0 Dallas. For TLU, number
And
2,
Bailey Nimps, number 2 for Texas Lutheran, looking to cut the lead in half. I said we would take 5 if it's decided before 5. They will call it off as well. So the New Braunfels Canyon product. Bailey Nimps, both goals on the day for the Bulldogs. And nice fake out there. It looked like she was going left. Severson just caught in her tracks. And Nimps makes it 1 for 2. She came all the way. That definitely looked like she was going to the left, and then
15, Maddie Rodriguez.
pulled it back to the right. 2 for 2 for the Crusaders, and their next person is number 15, Maddie Rodriguez. Two for 2 for Dallas. Make it 3 for 3, and a big shot for Rodriguez. It's Calendario, number 21,
Mariella Candelario.
for Texas Lutheran. Will be up next. You see, that's the one that makes it 3 for 3. Now 2 for 3 for
3-2 Dallas.
Texas Lutheran, as Candelario from Brandeis here in San Antonio makes it 3-2 Dallas after 3.
24, Michelle McIntyre.
Michelle McIntyre, number 24, up next for the Crusaders. And a big save by Barrientos. And now 3 for 4 for Dallas. And an opportunity here for April Saleka. And Saleka will look to draw even. 3 for 4 for the Crusaders. 2 for 3 for the Bulldogs. And Severson keeps the advantage to Dallas with the save. A fantastic save from Severson. And with an opportunity to send Dallas into the semifinal, it will be number 18, Elisa Duran. Duran to the right side, and that's in, and Dallas will advance 4-2 in penalties.
University of Dallas advances 4-2 and kicks from the mark. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs. University
And
of Dallas Crusaders.
Texas Lutheran will end their season at 8-5-4 on the season. And Dallas will advance. The number 6 seed here in the SCAC tournament will play Southwestern tomorrow at 1:30. And we hope that you tune in tomorrow to catch more SCAC action. We start off with our first match, Shriner and Trinity at 11 a.m. And that'll be followed at 1:30 by Dallas and Southwestern. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great Friday night. Take care.